Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And today we are talking about the Cloud 6 WP, or waterproof. Let's get into this video. So here is the Cloud 6 Waterproof Edition. This is the 6th iteration of the traditional On, but with some waterproof design materials that I think you're going to love. So let's start off with our 360-degree view. So first off here, this is a running shoe. First and foremost, this is one of the original designs. So if we look here along the toe, you will notice a slightly thicker rubber or plastic piece here. You've got your traditional toe guard to make sure that you don't stub your toe, which is great. A call out here that this material kind of keeps the outline membrane of the shoe kind of together. And this is an overall a stiffer shoe. It's a thicker shoe, and therefore it's slightly heavier. Not extremely, but slightly heavier. Now, if we go along the throat line, you will notice here we've got those special sort of knot laces. They do come with traditional laces if you want them, but I actually rock these just like this. And the one call out I will make about these, and this is not necessarily criticism, but on if you're watching, these tend to get a little loose and undone, and I just wore out a pair, the 5th iteration versions of these were kind of my go-to, and I just have to tie them back in place. And so normally you can buy either some replacement laces or put the traditional laces, but I like the fact that these are a slip-on. Now, if we move along here to the side, again, this is that thicker material here. Very, very stiff. Not as stiff as the older versions of the waterproof, but still more stiff than, say, the Cloud Zone, which I did a video on recently. If we go back to the heel, you'll notice a pronounced heel. The one thing I will call about this older style of heel is that I have found in the past they have had to cushion up this a whole lot more because it does rub against my ankle. Inside of here, there's actually a thick, hard plastic piece, and I think inside of here, that's actually what it rubs against. So just be aware that you might want to wear socks that go above your ankle, not necessarily much taller, but just so that way you're not rubbing against skin, because I have had some issues with like the Cloud X with that, for example. Now, if we get to the bottom of the shoe, we get our traditional speed board here, which you can tell by that center through line, this canyon, if you will. This is a rock and acorn catcher. If you're trying to pick up rocks and acorns in your yard, these are the shoes to do it. Now, unfortunately, because this is an older design on, that is just by nature part of these shoes, and newer models have gone with a less deep well, and so less apt to catch rocks when you're walking. Now, we've got a nice rubber tread all the way across here to help you, of course, deal with your terrain. And you've got your traditional Cloud text, that walking on the cloud. Essentially, it's allowing that rubber to take that pressure and disperse it into the well and outside of it, so that way it's not going up your body. So that's the 360-degree overview. Let's talk about who this is for, or maybe some use cases. Before the pandemic, I was traveling 45 weeks a year, and in my bag, I always had waterproof shoes. And this is why. Oftentimes, I'd be in Los Angeles or New York or Chicago, and I'd have to be walking downtown somewhere. And so I'd always carry a pair of these shoes just in case there was inclement weather or something happened to my primary pair of shoes. And so these style of shoes are what I always carry. You will notice that these are a lot more forgiving than previous versions, because part of this model and the reason that they're so thick is so that they are water resistant. I was actually walking the other day, and I was in about 20-minute downpour. I mean, it was super heavy, and it took about 20 minutes before the membrane got so oversaturated that I started to feel it in my sock. I'll be honest, walking in pouring down rain and taking 20 minutes for me to feel that was actually impressive. I was shocked. And so these are my go-to walking shoes when I'm walking my dog after maybe like there's a lot of moisture on the ground. And so these are my favorite pair to wear. Now, let me give you my 2 cents on these. So first off, these are a thinner sole. So just want to call that out. There are thicker shoes out there that you might want to look at, like the Cloud Monster or the Cloud Stratus. But if you are someone who has a thinner profile foot, these are perfect. These are not meant to be like the regular Ons. They are heavier. They have some special coating. They have some thicker material. And so while they are running shoes and they are really, really good, I don't recommend them if you are looking for a lighter shoe or a more breathable shoe. These are not nearly as quote unquote breathable, and that's on purpose. Okay. Anyway, That is the Cloud 6 waterproof. These are a great pair of shoe if you're looking for a spare pair to keep in your bag or just for inclement weather. If you want to help us out, think about joining our YouTube channel as a subscriber. If you enjoyed this content, click that like button, crush the subscribe button, and then ring that notification bell to stay up to date with everything we are producing. We hope you're doing well. We hope you're staying safe. We'll see you in the next one.